to ask the Secretary of State for exiting the European Union if he'll make a statement on progress of the Brexit negotiations between the UK and the European Union.
The Secretary of State for exiting the European Union.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I start by apologising for my voice. Once again, I have acquired the single European cough, but hopefully it will pass. Negotiations regarding our exit from the European Union are ongoing as we speak. Indeed, we're in the middle of an ongoing round, and as such, I have to be a bit more circumspect than usual. Right? We held further talks in Brussels over the past few days, and progress has been made, but we've not yet reached a final conclusion. However, I believe we are now close to concluding the first phase of negotiations and moving on to talk about our future trade relations. There is much common understanding, and both sides agree that we must move forward together. Our aims in this negotiation remain as they have always been. In particular, on the issue of Northern Ireland and Ireland, we have been clear we want to protect all elements of the Good Friday Belfast Agreement to maintain the common travel area and to protect associated rights. We want to ensure there is no hard border between Ireland and Northern Ireland. We recognise that as we exit, we must respect the integrity of the EU single market and the customs union. But we're equally clear we must respect the integrity of the United Kingdom. There remain some final issues to resolve which require further negotiation and consultation over the coming days. Our officials are in continuous contact and we expect to reconvene in Brussels later this week for further negotiations. I or the Prime Minister will formally update Parliament once this round of negotiations concludes, as I have done for every round so far. As was made clear by the comments from President Juncker and President Tusk yesterday, all parties remain confident of reaching a positive conclusion in the course of the week.
Keir Starmer.
Mr. Speaker, what an embarrassment. The last 24 hours have given a new meaning to the phrase coalition of chaos. Yesterday morning, Number 10 was briefing that a deal would be signed. There was high expectation that the Prime Minister would make a triumphant statement to the House. By tea time, we had a 49-second press conference saying the deal was off. It's one thing, Mr. Speaker, to go to Brussels and fall out with those on the other side of the negotiating table. It's quite another to go to Brussels and fall out with those supposedly on your own side of the negotiating table. If ever there was a day for the Prime Minister to come to this House and to answer questions, it's today. But, Mr. Speaker, let's not be fooled that yesterday was just about choreography. There are two underlying causes of this latest and most serious failure. The first can be traced back to the Prime Minister's conference speech in October last year. That was when she recklessly swept options such as a customs union and the single market off the table and ruled out any role for the European Court, and yet maintained that she could avoid a hard border in Northern Ireland. Well, yesterday the rubber hit the road. Fantasy met brutal reality. Labour is clear that there needs to be a UK-wide response to Brexit. So the question for the government today is this: will the Prime Minister now rethink her reckless red lines and put options such as a customs union and single market back on the table for negotiation? Because if the price of the Prime Minister's approach is the break-up of the Union and reopening of bitter divides in Northern Ireland, then the price is too high. The second major reason for yesterday's failure is that we have a Prime Minister who is so weak that the DUP has a veto over any proposal she makes. What precedent does it set, Mr. Speaker, when the Prime Minister is called out of negotiations at the 11th hour and told by the DUP that the deal is off? What signal does that send to the EU about the Prime Minister's ability to deliver Brexit? Yesterday confirmed what we already knew. The DUP tail is wagging the Tory dog. This is now deeply serious. So what assurance can the Secretary of State give to this House that a deal will be agreed by the end of the week? And will the Secretary of State now drop the proposal for a fixed deadline in law for exit day of the 29th of March 2019? If ever there was an example of why that would be absurd, yesterday was it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Well, the right honourable gentleman's speeches in these statements are becoming rather repetitive. They're always crowing and carping, and I'm Given my voice, I'll wait it out, Mr. Speaker. Let's start with this issue on single market and customs union. I'm glad to see the Shadow Chancellor sitting there, because he said remaining with the single market will be interpreted as not respecting the referendum result earlier this year.
That's what he said.
And the Shadow International Secretary, I can't see him here, said a permanent customs union is deeply unattractive, as a transitional phase might be thought to have some merit. However, as an end point, it's deeply unattractive. In fact, he described it rather later as a disaster. So much for Labour policy on this matter. We can see why it's changed 10 times in the course of the last year. Now, in terms of the question with respect to the United Kingdom, at the start of answering this question, I said I would be circumspect, and I intend to. I'm not going to go in for tit-for-tat comments. That would be very bad for our negotiations. But I'll take the opportunity to rebut one falsehood I saw being stirred up by various of our political opponents yesterday. The suggestion that we might depart the European Union but leave one part of the United Kingdom behind, still inside the single market and customs union. That is emphatically not something that the UK government is considering. So when the First Minister of Wales complains about it, or the First Minister of Scotland says there's a reason to start banging the tattered drum of independence, or the Mayor of London says it justifies a hard border around the M25, I say they're making a foolish mistake. No UK government would allow such a thing, let alone a Conservative and Unionist one.
Sir William Cash. Would my right honourable friend appreciate that whether it is in relation to regulatory alignment in Northern Ireland or in relation to citizens' rights in respect of these negotiations, there is a serious danger that the European Court of Justice will get itself into every nook and cranny. That there is no way in which it can be contained under Article 344 of the treaty, or for that matter, in relation to the whole question of interpretation of all the matters I've just referred to.
My old friend, who's a long history of wisdom in this subject, is wisdom. He saw it before most of you did. He has a long history in this subject, and he explains really better than I could why we said no divergence is a bad option.